Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days, and I am back in my flat, so I am no longer in the family home. Yeah, what a weekend! What a weekend! First of all, I absolutely destroyed my phone, which is why there was no tweets or videos being uploaded during the pay-per-views. But I have put up my reaction videos for the Royal Rumble, because thankfully I got my phone sorted just before that. But that's why there isn't any NXT reactions or anything. But what a great show NXT was. I think later today I will still do a review of that. So keep an eye out for that. But I really enjoyed it, is the bottom line. Royal Rumble I thought was... yeah. The undercard was great. The match I thought was okay. They just made some really weird decisions, like Randy Orton. Why? I don't get it. I mean, Randy Orton's going to have a feud with Bray Wyatt, right? It's going to happen. We all know it's going to happen, and we all kind of figure it's going to be at WrestleMania. Well, now he's got a title shot, right? So now everyone is saying, well, Bray Wyatt's going to win the title, isn't he? Bray Wyatt's going to win the belt, and then we'll have Wyatt versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania. And I don't want to see that. Like, I don't mind seeing Wyatt against Orton, but I don't want it to be at the expense of the Royal Rumble or at the expense of Bray Wyatt winning his first championship singles title. You know, this guy, Wyatt's been on the roster for a while now, and he's only been a tag team champion with Randy. That is the only title he's won. So, you know, it's going to be a massive deal when he does finally win a singles title. Certainly if that title is going to be the WWE Championship. So I don't want him going into WrestleMania as the champion. I don't want him to be facing Randy Orton in a match where he could lose that title to Randy Orton. I don't really want to see Randy Orton as the WWE Champion. So I don't want Randy Orton in the main event. So it really didn't go that well for me in things that I would like to see. I have no problem with Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton has been one of the great superstars of this generation. I mean, that's, you know, goes without saying. But what has he done since he came back? You know, since he came back, he got destroyed by Brock at SummerSlam. And then he had a horrible feud with Bray Wyatt, which just was dull. And then he joined the Wyatt family. And then for the past few months, we've been waiting for that to break up. It hasn't. I mean, Luke Harper certainly seems to have gone a different direction. I thought that was a great moment in the Rumble where he was about to hit Wyatt with the Sister Abigail. And then, bang, got nailed by Randy Orton. So, very much looking forward to SmackDown to see the fallout of that. And I don't know how he fits into this whole mess. I'm going to use the word mess because it feels messy. But I'm interested. They've certainly got me interested. And it could have been worse. The shame, the disappointment is that this was so unpredictable. They had so many options. And it kind of just feels a little flat. But certainly not as bad as it was in previous years when we had the likes of Batista, Roman Reigns, Triple H, you know, winning it. I'd love for them to have gone with a new star, Apollo Crews, Baron Corbin, you know, someone like that. I mean, The Miz deserved it. Dolph Ziggler deserves it. They are day in, day out. I mean, Sami Zayn I would have loved as well. A lot of people would have said it's too soon, but I think there's pros and cons for anyone winning it. And at least this wasn't a disaster, as we said. So that's kind of my feelings on the Rumble match. I mean, the other observations I had was New Day working together. I thought was a lot of fun. Wyatt's imploding, as we said. Lesnar eliminated in 20 seconds. Lesnar's called out Goldberg. No surprise, but I think it was a surprise to see them booking Goldberg so strong still. I thought Undertaker did a good job in this as well. You know, he was not in there for the longest of times, but got a fair few eliminations in, and you know, he's kind of stalking around and still looked like the man, you know. But I was interested to see what might happen between him and Roman, because obviously Roman eliminated Undertaker, and you know, had that feeling that this wasn't over. But again, it seems quite messy on Raw. You know, with SmackDown at the moment, where you've got the whole Wyatt situation, Over at Raw, you've got Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens, Jericho, Roman Reigns, Undertaker, all now kind of, not in a feud, but they've all got beef with each other, and it feels like Elimination Chamber shouldn't be a SmackDown show. It should be a Raw show, and you should put those guys in it, and I think that would make a lot of sense. But it's SmackDown. Cena's going to have to defend before WrestleMania. By no means do I think it's going to be Cena or Orton. Jack Gallagher with his umbrella was very entertaining. Ty Dillinger at number 10. You can see my reaction to that freaked. And how lucky that he picked out number 10. What would his gimmick be in the whole 10 thing? Jerry Lawler teasing that he was going to go and grab Ziggler's feet. I really enjoyed that because Ziggler was dangling on the outside, and Lawler was like, would it be unprofessional of me to go and grab his feet? And I just wondered if they put him there for that reason, because it's unusual for him to be on commentary now, but he didn't. But there was moments where I was like, is Lawler going to get in the ring? That was cool. We had no surprises though, other than Ty Dillinger. There was no Samoa Joe. He was obviously saved for the next night on Raw. My feelings on it is that they tried to get Kenny Omega, and I think they might even have had a conversation with Kurt Angle, but maybe he didn't pass a medical. So it could have been that there was always a plan for someone else at number 30, but it all fell through, and then it was just a case of, well, let's go with Roman. Roman's going to get a reaction. It might not be positive, but we can always tease him winning it and create some drama. Roman is going to add drama. And for that reason, if there were no other options, then maybe Roman at 30 wasn't the worst. But it's just, we were expecting more, and we was expecting something, and it just didn't go that way. The rest of the show, the pre-show, so Becky, Nikki, Naomi beat Alexa, Mickie James and Natalya. I think that sets up a Naomi, Alexa Bliss kind of program. Cesaro and Sheamus losing to Gallows and Anderson was a big surprise. I felt they still had a lot to give, and Sheamus and Cesaro look like they're imploding now. So have to see what comes of that. But I was pleased for Gallows and Anderson. Nia beating Sasha. It wasn't a squash, but she ragdolled her. And it was nice to see Nia get a big victory on a big stage. Charlotte beating Bayley came to no one's surprise. And I enjoyed the match, actually. I didn't think Bayley would win, so there was no drama for me in that sense. And I think it missed that. I think if this was WrestleMania, I'd be questioning whether this was the time they would end that winning streak of Charlotte's on pay-per-views. But it was good. I still enjoyed it. Great match though was Owens against Roman Reigns. Jericho suspended above. This was really good because it was just a big fun match. There was announce table spots and chair spots and Jericho above the ring and Strowman coming out, and it wasn't a technical masterpiece. It didn't need to be. It was just full-on entertainment, and I enjoyed it. The technical masterpiece came in the form of AJ Styles against John Cena. John Cena I thought was excellent. Styles, his usual standard. I know a lot of people aren't happy about the title changing hands, but look, there's plans in place. They're clearly working towards something. They're far from going to bury AJ, so it is what it is. But it was a great match all the same. And then finally, Neville beating Rich Swann for the Cruiserweight Championship. I did wonder and worry if they were going to keep that title on Rich Swann. I just think Neville is the better option, and this was it was a good match as well. The undercard was full of really strong matches. The Rumble itself was okay. The result has left me confused, little disappointed, but all in all, for a 3.5 hour show, it was really entertaining. I really enjoyed it. So hats off to WWE, and obviously more surprises came following it. So we are now in WrestleMania season. The road to WrestleMania has begun. 60 odd days away. Things are only going to get more and more interesting, so watch this space. I'd love to know your thoughts, if you enjoyed it, if you think how WrestleMania is shaping up. Please drop it in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a like. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. And hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.